Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Your screen is not confusing you. We had a little hiccup with technology yesterday. This is Matt, the mortgage guy, on Thursday, but we're going to pretend it's Wednesday. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'll just pretend it's Wednesday. I'm doing great, and I know that people will comment because I got it on my YouTube live. I'm painting the wall Saturday, so I know there's some swabs behind me.
Look at that.
I covered up the other three with this just because I was tired of hearing it. Whatever that DP, I don't know what it stands for. That's what we're painting it on Saturday. So the wall will be painted. The new Matt the mortgage guy sign is coming in on Monday. The office is coming together.
There you go. I like that. Wait, dude, one thing we got to talk about today. I don't know if you've seen it, but the 10-year is smoking today. It broke 1.7. It started at 1.61 and it's over 1.7 as of close.
Yeah, well, I don't necessarily watch the 10-year, but I have alerts on my phone from two different sources where I had everything in my whole pipeline locked. Because I told people, if you like it, lock it. No need to gamble.
We've been screaming that. Yeah.
I had one loan unlocked, and I got in a thread with my production manager, loan officer, and client. And I just said, I highly suggest, lock now, because everything that was coming as early as like 10 o'clock this morning was like, there's some treacherous waters ahead, make sure to lock. And I think even since this alert, we're only down 19 basis points on the day when that alert was issued at 11 a.m. Now we're down like 39 basis points. So 39 basis points in the mortgage world in a day is a lot.
Yeah. In a normal year, you might see that twice in a year?
Probably. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So because like what we've seen over these last 10 weeks collectively, is now probably above 200 basis points, but it's like, sure, we lose 12 one day, we lose 17 one day, we gain back 8, we lose 12, whatever it is, but 40 in a day. Rough math, you might even like, you probably say 50 or 60 basis points is an eighth. So to lose 40 in a day, if rates are getting almost an eighth worse one day, next, that's that can hurt.
You go from 3 1/8 to 3 1/4. I mean, just rough. I mean, it's rates are going up, right? If you like it, lock it. I think we've seen the low. I mean, there's still people out there calling for a 1.99 30-year mortgage. Like the world's going to blow up. Deflation's going to take over. I mean, I
wouldn't hold my breath. There's an old saying. I can't remember where I learned it, but you can hope in one hand and shit in the other. See which one fills up first.
Yeah.
Because, I still get that. I have people that we've reached out to and we've followed up with on refinance, and they go, oh no, if rates come down, let me know. All right. Very, very unlikely. And I've always been like, hey, nobody knows what's going to happen. Might go up, might go down. Like all the stuff that's going on, all the stuff the Fed's saying, it's very, very unlikely rates come down from here. It's very, very likely that we see a tick up, and not tick up to 6%. But if we're 3 1/8, do we see 3.5 by the end of the year? It can happen. Do we see 4% in 6 to 9 months?
Now let's talk about it. Let's get the audience involved. I love audience participation. We're going to do an over under on December 31st, 2021. The over under is 3.5 owner occ pristine loans, no points. And we can have Matt talk about it then. So what do you got, folks? Do you think we go over? Well, actually, let's ask this first. What are they right now, you think?
About 3 1/8 for, cookie cutter, 20% down, 780 credit. Yeah.
Okay.
So and we're talking no points. I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, because anybody can buy. It just messes us all.
Right. Yeah. Right. Not what the stuff people are advertising online. We're talking about like what the real rate is.
Yeah.
And, I guess like some of the averages, some of the sites people can follow, Mortgage News Daily or something, already have that like at 3 1/4. And that's like a national average. So as a broker, I'm a little bit lower, but I think 3.5 is the perfect over under, because, that's probably if you were to ask me to set a line, I would set the line at 3.5.
All right. So the line is 3.5. We're going to get audience participation. Are you taking the under or the over?
Everybody who's in contract on a new build, taking the under.
Well, yeah, don't hope for it. What do you think? I think it's over. And I think it could be over by 15th of December, so I'm going to take the over, not much over, but over 3 next. That's only 3 and that's only 3/8 of a move from here.
Right. Yeah. I think if you were to put it in little quarter buckets, you know,
Mhm.
3.25 to 3.5, 3.5 to 3.75, 3.75 to 4, the 3.5 to 3.75 is what I would guess.
That's
If you were to ask me like
yeah.
where are you going to place your
That's
money?
where my little roulette bet's going. I'm going to go right on that square right there. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see
So
what you
we're
all are
in,
thinking out there.
yeah, we're in a rising interest rate environment. You know, we've got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of information we send out to clients, and like when they initially submit loan documents and stuff. And I looked at it, my production manager, and we changed some of the verbiage in there because we realized like, hey, we're in a different market.
Yeah, exactly. The market has changed.
Yeah. And some of the questions people asked us on initial disclosures was, hey, why is my rate not locked? Or why is my rate slightly different than what it was 3 days ago? And the verbiage is now like, we're locking everything up front. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the environment we're in. I guess we can talk about tapering, right? When the Fed says they're going to taper, that will impact rates. Yes or no?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. And we've seen it too. Right now, we're seeing the impact of just the conversation.
Yeah. Just talking about.
Right. Yeah. So when it actually happens, and then there's, okay, they've gone from this many billion to this many billion on mortgage-backed security purchases, then it's going to, you know, just accelerate that, you know, rate increase because, you know, for anybody who thinks that like the rates are just low because they're low without government intervention, you know, that's why they're low.
Yeah. And then historically speaking, when there's large bouts of inflation, the only way that the government can fight it is to raise rates. Is that a true statement?
Whenever there's
high inflation, if they want to bring it down, what do? Paul Volcker, for example.
Right. Raise rates. Right. Right. Yeah. And you and I know that there doesn't seem to be anything that feels very transitory about what's going on.
Yeah.
Is he still using that word? Is our buddy still using that transitory word?
When did transitory become 2.5 years?
That's I filled up my tank with about $122 worth of transitory fucking gas this morning.
Oh,
it felt like it was less.
Don't worry, dude. It's transitory. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah. That $11 sandwich at Subway, transitory. I can't believe how expensive everything is. Everything's expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to be sticky, right? Wage inflation is this thing that's just going to go up the stack. So the good news is that people will make more money. If you could save it, or you could just buy more consumer-based debt and, you know, do all that stuff. So rates are going up. Rates are going up from here. You know, there's actually a question I don't know that I was thought about asking, but I might as well. So the talk is they're going to start, you know, reducing their bond purchases as soon as November, which is like 3 weeks from now. How fast do you think they get to zero? Do you think they get to zero by June of next year? Because they're going to do that first before they raise rates. They're not going to make the mistake they did last time of trying to do rate increase.
Right. I think so. And I can't remember where I heard it, but I thought that I heard something, or somebody who was analyzing some of the Fed talk was saying, you know, they're going to do it relatively quick.
Yeah.
If it's 100 billion, it might go 100, 80, 60, 40, 20, done.
Yeah.
You know, so I think by June for sure, it's going to be like a 6-month wean off, and then.
Yeah, because my guess right now, again, it goes against everything Powell's saying, is I think they have a Fed rate increase of a quarter in June, July of next year. It's just craziness. So again, folks, what is Matt the Mortgage Guy telling people if they like it?
Lock it.
I like that. How can people find you? Because now you are serving the country, where you used to be just California. Now my entire listening base, if they want to do something with you, they can. What do you want them to do?
Easy peasy. Greatmortgagebroker.com. You fill that out. It's been verified. It takes you less than 30 seconds. Yes. We just want to know where you're at so we can know where to place it and who's going to be able to serve you. Those folks, you know, we've got stuff in place. We're really dialing in that intake, and so that you're going to be responded to within 24 hours. I've seen a few people like, hey, I, you know, didn't get contact or whatever the reason. Like there's been a learning curve, you know, as people are flooding in. And so I think we've got it solved, and people are getting reached out to and taken care of. And on my YouTube live on Monday, you know, Matt's team is the best. Thank you so much.
That's great.
So yeah, if we can help you, we'd love to. And if not, we'll give you honest advice on, you know, where to, you know, find whatever the heck it is you're looking for when it comes to 1 to 4 unit owner occupied investment property, residential financing. We want to be your first stop.
There you go. And folks, just so you know, round 2 today is going to be all about investment loans. So make sure you pay attention to that one. So thanks, buddy. Take care.
Yep. Thanks, Mike.